everybody. Welcome back to Bear Fruit Podcast. I am your host, Davina Shirley, and today I got a new friend of mine in the building. Okay, Sierra.
What's up?
How's it going?
It's going. I'm tired.
She's just getting off work, y'all.
Yes, it's a struggle.
It is what it is.
Being 30, who would have thought?
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
I'm glad to be here.
I'm glad you're here. So just tell the people a little bit about yourself.
African American woman from. Nah, for real. I'm 30. I'm from Mississippi. Byhalia to be exact. I've been in Denver for 2 years now. I'm a recruiter. I work for a biomedical company. Yeah, new dog mom. That's stressful. But yeah, that's about it. I moved here to open up a soul food restaurant. But yeah, that's about it.
Moved here to open up a soul food restaurant.
Yes.
Because, we are lacking that
Real
here in
bad.
Denver, Colorado.
Real bad.
Real bad. And if we do have soul food restaurants, they ain't the soul food I grew up. It ain't this type of soul food I grew up eating.
I don't think
and everything
anybody
like
grew
that.
up on what they selling out here.
Except for the people who live here, who are born and raised.
And you know what?
And it's sad.
I hate that for them.
I hate it.
I pray for them
Because y'all
every
really
night.
don't understand how
Baby.
how much y'all are missing out.
By the way, I moved here from Memphis.
Definitely.
Not Mississippi.
But what else got you here other than trying to what was the itch that said Denver's the place where you need to go in order to start your business and stuff?
Honestly, I had visited here like a few times. Some on my own, some with friends.
Mm-hmm.
And the push was, I was on a flight and I was sitting by this older gentleman and I was contemplating on whether I was going to move here and open up a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And he was telling me that he was leaving Louisiana visiting his daughter and that sometimes he just flies out there just to eat.
Fly here?
He would fly to Louisiana
Oh,
from
I was about
here.
to be like
No, he used to fly to Louisiana from here, just to eat. And I was like, Lord, you better speak over my life because why is this man talking to me about this?
Right.
But yeah, it just felt like a clear message.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So how has the transition been thus far?
A struggle. Still struggling.
Talk about it.
I've never had to apply for a job.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had to really go out and fight to be seen and heard. Coming from the South is more community based, and if you ask for support, you get support. And it's not hard to find your community or a space for you because you're surrounded by people who look like you. But here, it's just different. The community isn't the same. I've never dealt with colorism until I moved here. I've heard about it, of course. I've heard the conversations, but it wasn't a thing.
Right.
Tokenism. Of course, you hear about it, but from where I'm from, it really wasn't
a thing.
Prevalent. It wasn't a thing until I moved here. And it's like, when I do try to enter these spaces, it's like, well, we already have a black person. We already have a black function. I'm like, dang, we can't all.
Right.
So, yeah.
They just want their quota, that one.
Right. And I feel like because a lot of the black people here have been here for so long, they are very territorial over their spaces. Definitely. And it could be a little bit disheartening, but I feel like in that type of way, I'm kind of like a puppy. Like, you would have to boldly tell me, like, no. Because if you don't, then I think it's still a chance. I think it's still a chance.
Yeah.
But that's not to say I have met some great people, you included, who do make space for me. It's just not going to be as easy as I thought it would be.
Well, when I moved here, I was like, even though it was like literally a month and a half before everything shut down with the pandemic, even getting out after And as things started opening up, I was just like, these people, the black folks. I'm sorry, y'all. Denver, don't get offended. I'm not judging y'all that bad. I'm not. But the black folks here, they
Different.
different. That's all I can say is that it's different. Cause like you said, back from where I'm from, the community is very strong,
Very.
very strong. And here you'll meet some people. They be like, yeah, girl, let's connect. Let's do this. Let's do that.
Cold.
Crickets.
Cold.
Crickets. It'll take them about a month and a half, if that, to get back to you on some things. And because me and Chef be working together, trying to get stuff together and stuff like that. Talked about a Black Tour project and all this stuff, and we went to go see the different restaurants, see the black businesses and everything like that, and it was just like, no, like if we're gonna attach our name to this, it got to be miles way above more.
And that's the thing, you have to start somewhere. In the South, if someone fucks with you, they fuck with you just off the strength that they fuck with you, just because they want you to do great. They want to see you do great. Here, it's like, what can I get from fucking with you? Like, you don't really got a name for yourself. Well, how many followers do you have? Well, you ain't got a lot of followers, but are you in this circle? Do you know these people?
Yes.
Could you get me in here?
Right.
That's a lot. I'm just trying to feed you at this point. Like, you doing a lot.
Definitely.
Yeah.
How's the dating and all that been going for you?
Well, been here 2 years. I was in a relationship for 1.5 years. So not as bad as it could have went. Not as bad as I have heard from other women. But now that I am single, it is scary out there. They're very much, I know my words. I want flowers too.
Oh.
Why can't you ask me out? Like,
that part.
What are we talking about?
I've encountered that a lot. Look, if I find you attractive, I have no problem saying you are attractive. I'm interested in you. What's up? But I'm learning that I've had to do that with almost every man. Literally, almost every situation that I've ever been in. It wasn't until it was not in my home state, Ohio, okay. Them men came correct. They would come up to you, wouldn't be scared, nothing like that. They would introduce themselves, all that jazz.
And I love it.
And when men now do that to me, they'll do it. We'll go out on a date, maybe, because all y'all ain't where they at. But they'll chase and chase and chase, and then I'll be finally like, okay, we can hang out and everything like that. And then radio silence.
Child,
no, not communicating at all. You want me to handle all the conversations. You want me to set up the date. You want me to do everything. And I'm like, I'm not doing that anymore. If you like me, make it be known. Let it be known. You better communicate. And you better set up that date without asking me what you want to do.
Oh, God.
That irritates my soul.
Like, don't ask me no stupid. Don't. Because you play stupid games, you get stupid prizes.
Oh, like, I want to go out. Okay. Set it up. Well, what you want to do? You don't want to go on a date then. You don't want to go on a date.
Can't. You couldn't have wanted to. And for me, being that I'm from the South, I don't want to say I'm a traditional woman, but I have traditional ways. I like to be led. If you cannot lead me into a date, how can you lead me in a relationship? Like, I hate to blame women, but I feel like we make it too easy for these men. It's our first date. I don't know you, man. Why are you asking me out for coffee? It's 5 o'clock. I'm done with work. I don't want no coffee. I don't want to go on a walk.
Wait, hold up. Because I do think when you first start, especially if you're going out on a first date, I don't mind a morning date. I don't mind going to get coffee early in the morning or something like that. I don't mind it. Your first date ain't gotta be during the week. It can be on
the
a Saturday.
weekend, but I'm not trying to go out for coffee. Like,
why not?
Because that's what I do for myself on a daily basis. I go to Starbucks every day.
But
babe.
you're trying to get to know this person.
At dinner, like, I don't want to go on a coffee. Maybe it's me because I'm just used to other first dates.
Yeah.
Like, put your best foot forward.
Mm-hmm. So this is very dependent on who the woman is. If I'm just starting to date you, I prefer morning, afternoon. Don't be talking about we going out to eat past or doing anything past 10 o'clock.
First of all, what can
Not
you
even
do
no past 8, okay? Because I'm older now and I don't be out like that. So 8 o'clock, baby. We better be meeting at 6 or 7 for that dinner.
7:30.
That's too late.
Oh, babe, I just got off 5 o'clock.
My schedule's flexible. I can do those things.
In other words, hit Davina on the weekend because
I can be available when you want me to be. That's why don't waste my time.
Facts.
Like, don't waste my time. If you're gonna schedule something, we're gonna put it on the books and everything. Like, let's make sure it's followed through.
Facts.
Because if you waste my time, that's the last time. It's just like you be hearing from me anything. Like, don't do that.
See, I be having to weed out the weirdos when it comes to Denver. That's why I'm not so lax. I've never really been a lax person when it comes to first dates anyway. Mm-hmm. But Denver gets a whole nother version of me. I gotta weed through the weirdos, the thruples, the fetishes, the polys. Like, it's
the lifestyle. Which I just learned what that was.
Babe, I learned as soon as I got off the plane. I hurried up and got in a relationship. Like, oh, God. my man, because y'all was scary.
Man.
So, nah, we can't go out for coffee because I need I need to know that you're serious. Because what's the $5 cup of coffee? You know? Take a little bit more serious when you're spending.
I get what you're saying with that. Like, if you really want to be with me or date me and stuff like that, you'll show the necessary effort in order for you to be above the rest. Right. Because you don't know that I ain't talking to nobody else.
Right. You know, a black man texted me and was like, if I convert over to white women, I hope you take the blind.
Men?
Yeah, he said that. Mm-hmm.
A man child said that to you.
He's 33 years old.
A man child said that to you.
He said this. He said this to me.
That was a man child, not a man.
I heard his feelings. Child. He was being spiteful.
Don't look. Let me just say this, and this has been said before, but let me say it again on this podcast. If you are a black man and you want to date outside your race, don't let the excuse be because of us, black women. You should want to be with that white woman for who she is and all that she can give you, man. Color has nothing to do with it.
All that she can give you.
Okay?
Charges.
But me being the same color as your mama, ain't got nothing to do with it.
See, a lot of men out here got mommy issues. They just, they got issues in general. But we ain't got that type of time on our hands.
Look at that. I do look at the relationship between a man and his mother. Not that you a mama's boy, but how you treat your mom. If that relationship is sour or whatever, I do look at that for sure.
Same. Well, it's hard to look at it here because, again, the community is so fragile. Mm-hmm. When I was living in Memphis, I used to go to my grandma's house every day. I talked to my mama almost every day.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Here, my ex was like, well, when the last time you seen your parents? So it's been almost 2 years since he's seen his parents. Given his parents live in Ghana, he's Ghanaian.
Yeah.
But still, like, you're not even planning a trip. You rarely talk to them. I have to ask, have you talked to your mom today? Did you tell your parents what's going on in your life? I don't
That's
know. Like, if
sad.
you can't communicate with your family, the people that have known you your whole life, how can you successfully communicate
Well,
with
I feel
me?
like though this could be a reason. Not saying that it's the only reason, but I feel like when people who are disconnected from their parents, mom or dad or whatever the case it may be, is because there was a trauma. Something
Mm-hmm.
happened when they was younger, something that maybe they put in the back of their head that's not even in their conscious right now.
Right.
But that's why the disconnect is there. Yeah, it takes a lot, like therapy and everything like that. But even then, it's like it takes more than that for you to even realize what was it that broke actually
Right.
that trust and y'all not being as tight as you are. Because especially with your mother, like
Mm-hmm.
that's the woman who birthed you.
That's deep,
Deep.
for
That's a
sure.
different type of pain, you know, like that. And I know there's mothers out there that have rejected their sons and everything like that. So we ain't blaming y'all for all y'all issues and
Not
everything like
all
that,
of
but
them.
it definitely do the work to try to find out, you know, and heal from it. Heal. Heal. That is the key word.
For
Heal.
sure, for sure.
Heal from it. Man, but okay. So, you're newly single. How has that been? Cuz girl, you know I've been
Depressing. I'm spiraling right before your eyes.
In what ways? I mean, I could say some things probably, but that I've noticed just being around you, but from your outlook, how do you feel like you're spiraling?
um, it's just different. It's a lot to adjust to being in a new place, not being around my family, not being around my friends, and then going through this new experience, feeling isolated because I'm here by myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard. I've never been single before in my whole life. So,
Then it's about damn
girl, it's ghetto being single, baby.
time.
I had to take out my trash the other day. Woo! Ooh!
You know, you gotta be single.
Mm.
You gotta have a time of singleness. Cause I was the same way. I had a boyfriend after boyfriend after boyfriend after boyfriend. And God was like, if you don't sit your butt down somewhere and deal with you,
I feel like I thrive in a relationship.
you can thrive in a relationship because, like I said on another podcast, a man is a mirror for a woman, and a woman is the same for a man. They can
Mm.
pull out the things in you that a lot of people can't because they're not in close proximity to you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
This person who's your man or whatever, they in close proximity. Being single has been a gift. It really was. Being single is a gift, and if you accept it as a gift, then you will really do. You'll start doing the work that you need to do in order to be ready, really ready for that next relationship, that next man. Hopefully, that is going to be your lifetime partner, whatever the case may be. And be ready for it because when you're constantly in a relationship, you can be looking for things in that relationship from that person that you just need to be filling. You know, filling holes.
Mhm.
You're filling up holes for emptiness.
Mhm.
I felt I touched a nerve right there. You're filling up emptiness, and you need to figure out no, without a man, without a dog, even though you still have
I
one, you
do.
got a little cut about it, cut about
That's my
it
bad.
still.
Shout out to Simba.
But without a man, without my family, without all these people around me, when I'm isolated, when I'm under, because we soil. I'm about to go Bible real quick, okay? Because first for life coaching, let's go. So we're soil, right?
Mhm.
Is soil where you can see it? When you plant a seed in the ground, can you see it?
No.
It's on the ground, right?
Right.
It's isolated, right?
Right.
So in order for you to start growing, what you gotta do?
You gotta water it.
And you gotta take care of it. You gotta take care of the things and the environments and what creates your soil, your family, your relationships with people and everything like that. There's a lot of things that help
Davina, don't
nourish
make me cry
the
here.
huh?
Don't make me cry here. You know I don't like it. You know I don't like doing
We
it.
got tissues.
You know I don't like it.
But I'm just saying, like I'm only speaking from experience.
Oh, no.
So I jumped from relationship, and then I had to really sit down when I was single and be like, okay, God, this is not cute. This ain't fun. And because I was married, I was used to a sex schedule. I looked at it because sex is, I told you, sex is one of my biggest, like, strongholds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Thing that I struggle with the most. It wasn't just sex. It's about self-control.
Right.
I don't have control over this thing. Anything that I don't have control over. I mean, there's obviously things in the world and stuff that we don't have control over. I'm not talking about that.
Right.
We have control on whether we're going to have sex with somebody or not like that. And so if I can't say no, because that was most of the issue. Like, I wanted to say no, but I felt an obligation. And that came from earlier years. Trauma.
I understand.
Earlier years. And so, because I didn't get a choice to say yes or no. It just happened. You know what I mean?
I got you.
In certain situations. And so, therefore, it was a self-control issue. Yeah. Like, if you can't control your body and control this urge, then this thing is going to overwhelm you and take over. And that's why I went. I did my personal journey of abstinence, and, the longest was a year and a half, but that's because of the pandemic.
That'll do it.
Outside of that, it's been nothing longer than 9 months. I haven't been able to. I haven't been able to do that, but even then, people are looking at me probably like, "Dang,
that's so long.
9 months." I couldn't do it, sis. I couldn't do it. And I get it. Abstinence is not for everybody, but still, you got to have a standard and request more from men before you open your legs to them.
I don't have any problem saying no. I say no all the time. Because some people may think I have such high standards. I don't. I only require of you what I have to offer. I'm never going to ask you to do more than what I'm willing to do
for myself. Yeah,
right, for myself and or for you. Again, never had this problem until I moved here. And I feel like that's why it was so easy for me to navigate and go from relationship to relationship. One, I'm in an area where I know everyone. So it's not like I'm hopping in relationship with strangers. I grew up with these people, so I know you.
Yeah.
Whereas here, dude bold face told me on the phone, I'm not trying to be your friend. I don't want to be your friend. But how you gonna get to, like, how can we be anything else?
If you ain't even trying to connect to this or this.
But they're not trying, baby. Again, I can only speak from the places that I have experienced when it comes to dating. And here, men do not like women as people. Men do not like women in Denver as human beings. Like, be pretty and shut the fuck up.
That hasn't been my experience.
That has been my experience.
I mean, I could say that on some occasions, but I don't want to say all. I don't want to be like all Denver men is like this and everything like that. But I seen it? Yes.
Yes.
Have I seen it? Yes. Do I think it's everyone? No.
Now, don't get me wrong. It ain't dry out here. It's just, I've literally seen it firsthand. Like, a black guy will try to talk to me and approach me. And if I turn it down, I can see him approach a non-black woman, and the approach is totally different.
Same. At R&B only. Literally had the same situation happen.
And my thing is, do you want to fight? Because I didn't do any. I didn't ask for. I didn't even ask you to come over here, bro.
Right.
For real.
Right.
And I'm already a naturally aggressive person, and I think that's my issue when it comes to dating here, because a lot of the black men here, I'm sorry, are bitch made, and when my aggressiveness meets a bitch madeness, they feel attacked or like just easily offended. But I'm only just telling the truth.
Right. And I don't want this to be a male bashing
This is
episode or
not what
anything
that
like that.
is.
Our truth.
I love black men. I love black men down. It's
All
just
the
the
way.
black men in Denver can kiss my ass. I love black men down.
I can always tell when a black man is not from here, though.
For sure.
Like, I can tell.
For sure. I be
I'll
trying
like,
to
you're
get
not
them
from
before
here, are you? Be like, no.
near 3
I'll be
months.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, we got somebody now. I just want men to come correct. Period. Just come correct. You can't talk to me the way you talk to these other women.
And, okay, so I was at Roosevelt bar downtown.
Oh, okay. I haven't been.
And this guy approached me and my friend, who's white, because she was talking to one of his friends. So he walks up, he introduces us, he walks up to me and shakes up with me and was like, "What's up?" I ain't think nothing of it. I was like, "What's up?" He goes over to my friend, takes her hand and kisses it. So we go to the next place and he invites us to another bar. We had tables and bottles, all that good stuff. We get there and it is a Middle Eastern man talking to me. We having the time of our lives. Talking kikiing. That guy that shook up with me came over. He was like, "Y'all getting kind of close, ain't it?" And I was like, "Yeah, bro, what up, fool?" Like, he was like, "Why you talking to me like that?" I'm like, "That's the energy you're approaching.
Right.
You shook up with me. You the homie,
Right.
My dude.
Right.
Keep that same energy."
Keep the same energy.
And I've noticed living here, like, you'll play black women to the side until you see somebody else approach her and be interested in her. And that shit crazy. Like,
it's so weird.
I don't mind you dating outside your race. I personally don't care. But don't disrespect me in the process.
Period.
Don't belittle me in the process, because I ain't doing that to you. But I don't know. It's like they feel like we're in some type of competition. And I feel like that with black people across the board when it comes to Denver, like, it's just all competition. It's like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But look, I love black men down, y'all.
We do.
I love black men down. I love the black men in Denver. They just different.
Well, I know you've been with some high echelon. I say high echelon type men, as have I.
We do.
I was talking to Adam, and he was like, "Dang, that's crazy, because you would think that your standard would be a lot higher." I was like, "It's not about status as far as money for me. It's about how you treat me. Are you into this? Are you into this? Are you looking for those things? Are you looking to be a good friend to me before you be a good fuck for me?" It's just, that type of situation.
I do agree. I care about, this and this and all this type of stuff. But it is about the status of your money. And I say that to say,
her opinion, not mine.
My opinion. My opinion. And it does not mean that you have to be filthy rich. I need you to be able to take care of yourself.
I think that's in general, but what is taking care of yourself in your standard, though?
Your rent is paid. Your rent is paid on time. You have money saved. Your car note is paid. Your car note is paid on time. Your credit cards are paid. Your credit cards are paid on time. Like, you got bad credit and you out here fucking? That's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. Your priorities are messed up. Your priorities are jacked up. Do you know how often I check my credit score?
Oh, jeez, every day.
Every day.
I do too.
Credit Karma, Navy Federal, Experian. I'm app jumping, just trying to see where I'm at with it because we 30. How you gonna buy a house? What's your 401k? You've jumped jobs 6 times. You don't have a 401k. Do you got an RA? And when I say money, that's automatically what people think. Oh, she not gonna fuck with me unless I'm a rich nigga. No, you need to be a responsible nigga. Like,
yeah.
Get your stuff together.
Yeah. Now, I don't require what I don't have. I don't have a savings. I'm sorry. Okay, that don't mean I don't make no money.
Fact.
I don't got enough to have a good solid savings
Denver
right
is
now.
expensive, baby.
And it's expensive here, okay? And I take care of people. So let's just get that out the way. Okay, so I can't require anything of you that I'm not doing myself. So that's like, okay. I'm living with my parents for not my choice. Let me just say that. Not my choice, because I can live on my own. I've done it. So I have proof that I've done this. I'm proof that I have done this.
She's a functioning,
responsible adult.
Yes.
And so I don't mind if a man is still living. Maybe not particularly with his parents. Okay, that would be a discussion that would need to be had. But if he had a roommate, or if he's renting out the bottom half of his apartment and stuff like that, Airbnb situation type situation, I don't mind that at all.
Because it's expensive.
It's expensive out here. I don't mind that at all. So I think it's just situational depending on where that man is at. But yeah, if you came to me and was like, yeah, I'm staying with my parents, and I asked you, have you ever lived with yourself, and you're like, no, red flag. Especially if you're 30 or older. I'm 32. No, buddy, no. I don't even date people that's younger than me, for real.
I don't either, but it seems like I'm gonna have to.
Never dated somebody younger than me.
Me either, but we might have to. I'm this close to dating outside my race.
I tried it during this journey, this last fast that I was on. I tried it because I felt like God was trying to open me up, break past some of this limited belief I was having. And even when it comes to relationships, I was like, you know what? I never dated outside my race. And I was like, you know what? Let me see what it's about. Yeah. And it's just a different color, same antics. Men are men. Men are men. It ain't no different. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to go white. I need a little salt and pepper in my diet. And I like my meat medium to well done. So I'm thinking like Middle Eastern, trying to be somebody habibi.
I wouldn't mind dating an Asian for real though.
See, I'm scared.
Ooh!
The stereotypes, babe. I'm scared. I am scared.
I know some Asian men that like them, some black women though.
I don't have a filter. I'm scared. I'm a lot of woman.
It's a lot to date outside your race though.
It's a lot.
It is. I don't know how black men do it so freely. I really don't. But for a black woman, speaking for myself, it is a hard situation. Not because of your color, but we can't erase history.
Right. It's hard dating, not only outside your race, outside of your culture. Me and my ex kept butting heads because he's Ghanaian. He left Ghana and moved to Wisconsin, all white. Right. Moved to Denver, all white. Yeah. So you don't really know how to communicate with me, and I really don't know how to communicate with you. And what I find offensive, you don't find offensive. It was just different. Yeah. And to bring it on back in, I am staying single. I did a 365 commitment to being single. Okay. It's a struggle. It is a struggle.
Okay. Let's break this down. I feel like this might be a good, I don't do much coaching on here, but I think this might be a good coaching moment.
Here we go.
So you decided to do a 365 year singleness. What does that include? What does that require of you?
A bunch of BS. I'm going to therapy.
When you start therapy?
Girl, 2 months ago, unfortunately.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Ain't no unfortunately.
That
Is it
bitch called me
helping?
a narcissist. That bitch called me a situational narcissist. And how you don't know me? I'm just playing. She played. Now she cool. She cool. She cool. She wasn't wrong. She wasn't wrong. I do have tunnel vision when I'm focused on something, but I'm also a big communicator. And I feel like my most toxic trait is if I tell you that I'm no longer accountable. Like if I was open and honest about it, then I'm no longer accountable because I told you. And when I first moved here, before me and my ex got together, I was very much, I didn't move here to be in a relationship. I moved here to open my business. I didn't move here to be responsible for somebody else's feelings. And I found myself doing the things that I said I wasn't going to do. Big thing for me, if you can't keep a promise to yourself, you can't keep a promise to me. And so I found myself being a hypocrite. I was like, well, I just have to pull back. And I told, like, you gonna have to pick up your part. I can't be everything for this relationship because I'm neglecting myself. I still need me, So he felt like, well, you're not paying attention to my emotions. My feelings don't matter to you. And I hate to say it, they don't, not at this moment, because I have things that I deem that are more important to me right now in my life.
So before y'all moved in together and before you moved here, did y'all move here together?
No.
Okay. So before he moved in with you, did you have the conversation with him?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And he was like, "Oh no, I'm good."
No,
like,
he was.
I'll hold
no,
you down and,
I'm starting my own clothing brand and I'll be on my business. I'm gonna be real with you. It's not enough YouTube videos in the world, babe. People be like, oh, I'm gonna start a business.
Yeah.
And watch a million YouTube videos. Like, do something.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah.
You want to be a clothing designer? Take a graphic design class. Like, anything. Like, you're getting your samples.
Yeah.
Give them to your friends that work out and post it. Do some marketing. Literally anything.
Right.
I've been called a dream killer. I don't like far-fetchedness. Like,
well, you don't like when people say that they're going to do something, but yet you're not putting no action towards that thing that you say you're going to do.
Right. And then when I say something about it, it's like, oh, you're a bad guy. Like, you're mean. You don't believe in me. How can I believe in something that you have not put any action towards? You can say it all day. Faith without work is dead.
Yes.
Just like a dream deferred, babe. Just like a dream deferred. But I digress. I'm trying to work on meeting people where they are. And knowing that it's okay for people not to take my honesty. Like, you don't have to take what I have to say. You don't have to listen to me. And I should be okay with it. I should be able to move on and just, like, that's where they're at in their life. And this is where I'm at in my life. And then that's okay.
I got to learn how to separate. That's where they are. That's not where I am. So how I navigate from this point on is on me.
Exactly.
If I continue to, wanting to interact with this person and everything, it has to be on these terms and stuff like that, because there's a lot of people that I'm kicking in with now. They'll be like, yeah, I don't have to
cut you off.
You good, but them I can't do it. The energy, because you know me. Well, you've seen how I can be.
I sure have.
You saw firsthand how I can be. Again, I have a standard for myself. And so, therefore, if I go in a situation and that standard is not up to par, why am I here?
Exactly.
I don't have to stay. It's my obligation. I don't have to stay. I can very well leave. so I can very well leave. I don't have to put myself in a situation where I, like, my energy, me being on, like, high alert and everything like that, all that is happening. I don't have to do that.
Right.
Love you. But this ain't it. I got to go.
That's where I struggle. it's very hard for me to let people go. It's very hard for me
I
to
can
let
tell.
people go. It's very hard for me to let situations go.
Mm-hmm.
I feel personally, I worry too much about people in their own lives because that's their own responsibilities. But even with friends that I know I ain't got no business being friends with,
Mm-hmm.
I've never been good at disappointing people or hurting people's feelings.
But why is that?
Because I don't really be caring, and once I care, it's hard for me to not care.
It takes you a lot to let somebody in and
Right.
even be at a friendship level. So
Right.
when you realize that this friendship ain't
it,
then you're like, dang, now I'm in a position where I'm like, I'm unraveling a little bit, going back to this.
yes.
Okay, I see that. But I have noticed that. And I'm not talking about anybody, I don't want people to watch this and be like, dang, she talking about me and everything like that. But no, I feel like some of the people you hang around,
yeah, for sure,
don't give you what you need at this very moment.
Mm-hmm.
From you moving here and everything like that, the journey that you're on right now, like I said, isolation. You really do need to be by yourself, and that even means some friends too.
Girl, that's gonna be hard.
It is hard. It is hard, but trust me, if those is your real friends, if those are your real friends,
I don't want to say out.
Okay,
they cool.
No, I'm just saying, if they your real people, if they care about your well-being as
Yeah.
much as you care about theirs, their drama, everything else that they be bringing to you on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Because it seems like there's
yeah.
every time when I talk to you, it seems like there's always something.
Girl, I got something for you right now. Right now, I got
It seems
something
like
to
there's
say.
something always. Okay, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, you don't need that. That's extra weight that you're putting on you, that you don't need to even be carrying.
Right.
The only thing that you need to be carrying is whatever you personally is trying to deal with.
And I try to tell myself that all the time. I used to say it all the time. If you promise trials and tribulation, why would you go for it and add unnecessary trials and tribulation?
Right.
And it's like, you know better.
I know. It's easier said than done.
Baby.
It's easier said than done. But I'm telling you again, experience. I had to go through it. I was isolated by myself for a very, very long time. It was a very long time. Very long time. But it was so necessary.
Girl, I spent 2 days in the house by myself, but I lost my mind.
You have to stay isolated and you have to stay busy.
Mm-hmm.
Because your busy should be, okay, what am I doing with this business?
Right.
I moved here for this. What have I done? Am I behind? Yes, I am. So what next steps do I need to be doing right now? If it ain't business, I ain't going. You got to do that. Because you, honey, okay, I'm about to go in on her because she my friend, okay? I'm about to go in on her a little bit.
Outside,
but she be outside.
I just got out.
$300 $300 trying to get a table. Probably spending more than that in drinks and bottles.
I just got here.
Hey, I don't care.
I just
all that stuff ain't going nowhere.
Got off the relationship boat. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
I just did a little shink the dink little.
You did a little.
I'm coming down. I'm done. I just needed to refresh a little bit. You know, shake it off.
Cause you talking about like you want your man to be financial. That ain't financially smart. To be spending that amount of money that I know you've been spending. That ain't smart.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not.
But
I'm gonna stop. I'm slowing down.
I'm not saying you don't have fun. Okay. I'm not saying that. But you gotta. You want to date? Date you. Yeah. Yeah, honey. That's it. I know I hit a nerve.
By myself?
You have to date you.
By myself.
Yes. Take you out. The stuff that you want a man to do for you, you better be doing it for you.
But I do.
Okay. Date yourself.
But I've been doing it.
Be doing it. Keep doing it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's not crazy. Because you need to learn how to be by yourself. There's something about you that you don't like. That's why you can't be around you. That's why when you in the house by yourself, you get irritated. If you can't be at peace by yourself, you ain't got peace, girl.
I like to cuddle.
You got a dog for that. You got a dog for that.
Bad. And he can't get in my bed.
Get a long pillow.
Oh, baby, you're not the first person who said that.
Get a long pillow.
Fine.
I have one in my room right now. I'm telling you. From experience, once again, I've been through all this.
Fine.
So during this 365 1 year singleness, you need to be dating yourself. You need to isolate yourself, but keep busy on what you're trying to do, which was what? Your restaurant. Because I ain't heard you talk about your restaurant in a while. So I know you behind.
Sidebar. Let me tell y'all a story.
Go ahead. Story time.
So I was talking to this little man I met on the app. Okay. And we had a great 5-hour conversation. I mean, middle school, high school was on the phone. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning. Vibes. But then I caught a red flag because he's 33 and his longest relationship was about 6 months. I was taken back because I'm a relationship girly.
Yeah.
So when I asked him, I was like, well, why haven't you been in a long-term relationship? Why can't you maintain a long-term relationship? He was like, well, you know, I'm 33. I own my own house. Engineer. I've been focused on myself. My excellence. I was like, that sounds like some bullshit. But it was 5 o'clock in the morning, so I just let it go. But as I was sleeping on it, I was like, that don't sound right because you can't work on yourself. And
a lot of men can't.
I can see if you were an entrepreneur. I can see that. You work a 9 to 5. You work a 9 to 5. You've been out of school for a long time. Yeah. You can't work a 9 to 5 and maintain. You 33 years old. And your 33 years and you're 15 years of dating.
Yeah.
You ain't ran into one person that you could be with for over 6 months. So I called that man. And because I'm in therapy and I'm doing the work, I was like, let me do what my therapist told me to do. And my therapist said, she said that sometimes people cannot communicate their feelings. They can't put their experiences into words. So sometimes you just have to help them get there. You have to communicate through it. So I did. And I called him. And I asked him, I was like, look, the answer that you gave me for not being able to maintain a long-term relationship really didn't do it for me. Do you think it might be something else? Are you insecure about your height? Do you have commitment issues? Are you afraid of rejection? Yeah. Do you have a small penis? I said a lot of things. He only focused on the fact that I said, ask him,
so that's why they didn't last. Oh, poor little Tank Tank.
Girl. We just talk. Moving on. Moving on.
Anything else you want to talk about, girl?
I mean, we talk about whatever. Just not these nickels.
Well, we're going to go back to you. Okay. We're going to finish up this 1 year of singleness.
Yes, we are.
What else are we going to work on during this time?
We're working on self.
So you're in therapy.
I'm in therapy.
You have a free coach in me.
I have a free coach in my friends. I'm working on my business. Really self-reflecting daily on the things that I do and how I react and how I communicate. Just trying to envision the person that I want to be. How does the person I want to be? How do they speak? How do they interact with people? How do they dress?
Down?
No.
That's an exercise that I do with some of my that's an exercise that I do with some of my clients. I tell them envision your successful self, pretty much where you want to be, the whole nine, like the money, the family, anything like that. Write it down. Talk as if that's who you are right now, and every day. And then you can write a list, or you can just evaluate every day, like, how close am I to this? Okay, where am I at now to this?
Right.
You know, and then you give yourself little like goals and deadlines and stuff like that, and try to figure out, okay, a woman who is trying to talk in this manner might have a Duolingo app on her on her phone to learn the Spanish and the French language or anything like that. You know, be bilingual out here, you know, and stuff like that. So
Girl,
just situations like that.
Speak English.
A woman of my stature, she will wear this.
Right.
You know.
And I give myself monthly reviews and monthly rewards. Just trying to balance myself, make sure I am doing the work that needs to be done daily, not just when things are falling apart.
Definitely.
I'm trying, girl.
So you're going to reevaluate some of the things going on in your life.
Pretty much.
But
Pretty much.
I always end with a question
Okay.
that you can answer for the people. So someone who is your age, a woman who just got out of a relationship, what advice would you give them?
Don't give up. Don't let your experiences, don't let other people's experiences determine how you decide to go through life here forward. Like, one experience does not determine how the next one is going to go. Internal advice is the best advice. Personally, I am very skeptical when people give me advice, because people are disheartened. They have their own experiences and things like that, and no one can speak to your life like you can. No one can speak to your life like God can. So my advice would be to check in with your internal self and your creator before you check in with anybody else.
I love it. I appreciate you, and thank you for coming on the show. This was, I think, the most live one that we've had.
I'm glad I can have
the most interesting. It went a lot of places, but hopefully y'all took something out of that. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode of the Bare Fruit Podcast. Catch us next time. We out.